Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, good day. It's another episode of No Qualifications podcast. It's Wednesday night here. It's only one thing. I get to sit at the desk, look across from the a guy that I can see his eyes. He's pretty excited, and I can tell there's only one reason, and it's the Spice Girls reunion tour. I've got absolutely no doubt in my mind that he's absolutely pumped for the Spice Girls. It's only Kizzasaurus. It's 50% of the podcast. Hello, mate. How are you?
Kevin, thanks for that.
On a scale of 1 to 25, how pumped are you for the return of the Spice Girls? Sans Posh Spice.
Sans, she was always dragging them down anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I've said that many a time on my Spice Girls fan page on Facebook.
Yeah.
Spice Girls Oz.
How many fan pages are you running? You got the Maggie Doyle. You got
Maggie
the
Doyle,
Blue Healers.
R.I.P. Blue Healers.
Yeah.
I won't go into my Water Rats one. No, I've been a fan since I was given the Live in Istanbul VHS for Christmas when I was 10.
Were you really? Did they pick that well, or were they not sure? They just went,
it was a funny joke from one of my brothers.
Was it really?
Sucked into him because I watched it over and over.
Did you? I remember my dad had a VHS of Pavarotti and Friends.
Does he have friends?
And there was
bit of a stretch.
Well, he likes to eat out. Well, he did, didn't he? It caught up with him.
R.I.P.
Some of his friends were Shania Twain.
Yeah, right.
Celine Dion.
Oh, I knew that one. They did duets.
His two mates that became the three tenors.
Yeah, right.
Was it Bocelli and the other dude? It's similar to what we're talking about with
just say something Italian.
And ravioli,
right.
puttanesca,
spaghetti.
Oh no, mate. Anyway. Thanks for joining with us.
Thanks for having me.
Again, not you knucklehead.
Oh, sorry.
No, thanks everyone again for joining with us. I know we say it all the time, but if you could go and subscribe, if you could go and leave us a 5-star review, would be very good. We've had a few people jump on and give us some reviews and all that sort of jazz, which is really, really good. I know last week we said we had our biggest download week. We actually tripled our numbers this week. Just gone, which is massive. So it's a massive shout out to you guys. We really enjoy doing it. We love sort of prepping and planning as much as maybe it doesn't seem that we do sometimes.
I just come over for a beer and hang out, and you just threw a mic in my face. Yeah. Put these on and talk.
Kizza, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah. And then I get home. Oh, geez, Kev's really inquisitive, and he keeps recording everything I say.
Yeah. I think he's with the FBI.
Yeah. No, it's been good. Feedback's been great. We got some good feedback this week.
We did, yeah. Shout out to Podcast Unleashed. They put a little review of our podcast, which was I was saying to Kizza, it's pretty nerve-wracking reading about yourself because you're waiting. Yeah, you're waiting for. These two maniacs have got no idea what they're doing. Don't listen. It's an hour of your life every week you won't get back. But actually it was on the contrary, and they said, they listened to, I think, episode 2 or 3, and then they came back and listened to episode 8.
Thank God they did that.
Thank God. Yeah, don't judge us on 2 and 3. But
since our year 10 report cards have we had been so nervous about criticism we're about to receive.
Mate, I think my year 10 report card is still in the gutter in Gloucester, the Buckets Way somewhere. No, I never got that report card, Dad.
Yeah.
Are you sure? No, mate. Maybe call up and get another one.
They're lazy and inefficient there. You're right, son.
Yeah. Somehow I got the PE and the woodworking and metalworking part of it. A's.
What it was so weird when you sent it through and check this out. And
it was cool, wasn't it?
We both said the same thing. We did a scan of bad, but no, nothing bad. Okay, now I'm going to read it in full depth. Now.
Yeah. No, it was very cool. I appreciated sort of getting someone's opinion. But as I said, Podcast Unleashed. Thanks for taking the time to read it. And thanks everyone once again for listening and downloading. It's very cool. We have some really, really cool episodes coming up. We've got some guests, and we're going to keep it under our hats because it's probably names that you're going to go, how the fuck did these blokes get these people on this podcast?
When Kevin's texted me about some of these guests, I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
What? How'd you do that?
Super exciting.
Yeah,
really exciting. And I guess that's the thing that as we're getting sort of more listeners and things like that, and I know we're rabbiting on, but indulge us. It's giving us the opportunity to approach these people and say, hey, look, we've got a few downloads, we're getting a few listeners. This is what we do. They're watching it, they're liking it. So yeah, we got some really cool guests coming. Next week will be a very cool guest. And then, yeah, we'll start to sort of have a few people where you'll go, gee willikers, as they say in the movies.
Yeah, watch them all come crawling back.
Yeah, that's right.
You didn't return my text 2 weeks ago. Now you're here.
I know. But,
Mum.
Kizza, what's, give us a bit of a rundown. How's your week been, mate? You been busy at work? What's been going on?
Never busy at work. Next question.
You know that's the Australian version of, there you go.
There you go. No, week's been good. Like we said, I was stoked for that review that we got.
Yeah.
And some of the progress we've made with the pod. But yeah, pretty, I don't know, standard week in the life.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, my week was pretty standard. Like as everyone knows by now, a couple of little kiddies and a lovely wife. So it's pretty. I'm just watching one of these cameras just disappear off into the distance and shut down. That's handy. Actually, if you are watching, you'll see a new studio.
Yeah, we're so relaxed.
We're very relaxed. The sound quality is a little bit different. We'll work on this and we'll get it right. I can hear it's a little bit echoey still, so my apologies for that. But yeah, so it's been a busy week with the wife and the kiddies, and Kizza, I've had a medical procedure.
Have you? Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
What's
and I want to talk about it because I had a little lump on my elbow.
On your elbow, yeah.
And my wife said to me 3 weeks ago, go and get that looked at. And because I'm not a pussy, I didn't. Okay? So what I did...
And it got worse, and now we're here.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah. I'm with you, Jessica.
You did. You took the words right out of my mouth. What happened was I started to get this big red mark coming up the side of my arm. So, you know.
Right. And
to the touch, it was hot.
Oh, boy.
So old Uncle Kev had an infection going on, and then all of a sudden my elbow got swollen up like a mandarin. What
was the procedure? Drained?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and it was a nice thing.
From a sexy nurse or
a lovely? I bet she was a lovely person. No, she had a lovely personality.
Isn't that all? That's what we spoke about Halloween. Aren't all nurses sexy?
No.
Oh, that's not how it
because they're
works?
legitimate people who can save your life. Anyone who can save your life. They're not sexy. Anyone who can't save your life but goes, I'm going to a dress up next week. Yeah. I'm a sexy nurse.
I shouldn't get my theories about certain professions from Halloween dress ups.
Definitely not. No, never judge a Halloween costume by its cover.
Because I saw a smoking hot geologist wearing barely nothing.
Yeah, the only rocks she's had in her hand are less than desirable. But yeah, so I went there and the doctor said, look, I'm a little bit worried about this. What we might do, we might drain it. First thing I did while she goes to get all the stuff to do the procedure, the medical procedure, text Jess, babe, it's pretty bad. She texts back, oh, why? What's going on? Like, do you need me to come down there? Because she was at home with the kids. I said, look, no, maybe just hang off for a minute. And I just left it. And she texts me back. Why? What do you mean? I left it for a little bit more. I thought, oh, this is brilliant.
Boom, 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 boom. Text.
No, I could see the 3 dots, and I'm thinking, wow, we're composing something here. What is it? A Christmas list? Anyway, nothing came through. She must have been writing and then stopped. Oh, I won't be, And I texted her. I said, they're talking about amputation. She writes back, lol, see you soon.
You should have...
saw straight through it.
You should have written, have we got our affairs in order?
Yeah,
Too far.
You paid the private insurance,
private health and life insurance?
Yeah, no, exactly.
She would have been down there in a flash.
Oh, mate, absolutely. But
unless the policy is really high. Oh, well, he's been good.
Well, that's true. I mean, we're only talking this week about getting rid of it because it's such a rort.
Yeah.
But anyway, no one needs to hear about our marital discussions.
That's our other podcast where we talk about private health and Foxtel prices.
I know. Oh, well, I don't have Foxtel because I just. Do you know what I said? I'm like, the day that the Foxtel has only sports, I'm going to buy it. And then this new KO comes out. I'm like, no, I probably won't buy that actually. But yeah, so I felt like a bit of a loser when I got home. I was a bit sore and sorry for myself.
Is it better now?
Oh, it's still a little bit ouchy.
Ouchies?
But yeah, it's feeling a bit better. But they said it's from leaning on it. Which I'm like, look, I'm relaxed. Well, I'm not that relaxed. But I thought it must be because I do a lot of driving. So I think it's from sort of just leaning, maybe chilling.
One hand up on the wheel, Vin Diesel style.
Vin Diesel style, quarter mile at a time. Yeah, I hurt my elbow a quarter mile at a time. But yeah, no, so I feel like a bit of a loser. But then I saw a few things this week and I thought, well, maybe I'm not doing not doing so bad
Mm.
because I saw our friend Jeff Bezos
Oh, yeah, I read this.
just had to pay his wife $57 billion.
Jesus.
And do you know what? So he should.
What's Jeff's deal? Where's he made his money?
Amazon.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah. So he started... Look, amazing story, right? And this is why I back her fully to get $57 billion, which is a hell of a lot of money. She was with him from day one. He started the company selling books out of their house.
Oh, okay,
And she
so
helped
he's
him
on the
and supported
ground
him. And
floor.
yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. So then, anyway, so about 18 months ago, he just goes and gets a dime piece and just flicks the old wife.
Jesus.
So anyway, he...
But that's not it. I mean, it is a blip on his radar, but if she's getting half, he's still going away with 50 plus billion.
Oh, and he's making more and more money because
Yeah.
he gave it, I think, 25% of
So there'll be
Amazon.
line in the sand now, and everything
Yeah,
he makes
yeah,
up.
yeah.
He doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So, but she said that she's giving half of it to charity.
Really?
So she's going to give 25 odd or 27 odd billion to charity, which is pretty cool. Like
That's pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
I'm a charity.
I'll tell you what.
I'm poor.
Yeah, I think my wife would even endorse. I'd be happy to go and live with her for 12 to 18 months to just give me $1 billion. Yeah, more than happy to do that.
Speaking of winners and losers of the week, did you see the kid that hacked into Apple? Not once, but twice.
I did. I was gonna tell you about this
Yeah.
because it's he got done when he was 13 for hacking into Apple,
Jesus.
and they said to him, because the FBI got involved, because obviously in America they said, what are you doing, mate? Like, you can't do this. He goes, oh no, I thought I'd get a job. I thought I'd get offered a job because I sort of showed.
That's a move. That only happens in the movies. They
Well-
take breaches very seriously.
Well, it happened to a guy. I think they said in Norway or somewhere like that.
Yeah,
it
right.
happened to a guy. He showed them some security flaws. I don't think he actually breached the system, so to speak.
I think it is. That might have been a movie, but I can see the merit in it. As in,
Yeah.
I've cracked your system. I'm better than everyone you've got.
Yes.
Get me on your team.
Yeah,
so this
yeah.
doesn't happen again.
Yeah. And then so they sort of said, oh, hey, look, maybe just relax. Anyway, he did it again 2 years later.
Yeah, right.
When he was 15.
She's going to keep doing it.
And he went to court 2 years after now, now rather. So he's 17, and he's like, well, I just thought I'd get a job,
Yeah.
But honestly, give the man a job.
Yeah, he's
You know what? You're getting 4 and 5 and 6 year olds to put your phones together. You can't get a 13-year-old programmer. Give me a break.
I'd try and hack in just to get their attention to get this screen fixed that I've smashed.
Imagine
That's going to
that.
cost me an arm and a leg, apparently.
You hold them to ransom.
Yeah.
What do you want, mate? Oh, I just want my fucking screen.
We'll give you everything. No, I just want my screen fixed
Yeah.
for less than $500.
That's right. And how do I turn off this fingerprint pass lock? This is ridiculous.
Can you guys just merge my iTunes and everything so it's all working?
Yeah.
Can you do my update?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But but anyway, yeah. So I'm sure he'll be sweet. Actually, do you know probably the biggest loser of the week, Kizza? It's your mate Iggy Azalea.
She's the loser.
The
wider population of males.
Do you know
isn't.
what's funny about that? Well, let me explain. For people that may not know, she had some risque photographs, some topless photographs released, leaked, some would say, and the way that she handled it was to go, right, that's it. I'm off social media. She deleted or shut down all her accounts. And apparently that's meant to be...
That's a stand these
Yeah,
days.
that she's taking a stand.
People used to chain themselves to tanks and things like
I
that.
wish she would do that.
Tiananmen Square or something.
Yeah.
I'm going off socials.
I'm off my socials. I just can't even deal with this. This is ridiculous. Gigi wah. Yeah, I'll tell you why, Fruit Loop.
Yeah.
But she's... The funniest thing about that is it's like... Oh, so you're really worried about some topless photographs getting out. Have you watched one of your own film clips?
Yeah, exactly.
You're basically topless.
Yeah.
We don't need to see...
If it's after 12 o'clock on Rage, you do see all that already. So
Yeah.
I think it's...
Rage, geez, that's kicking it old. What about back in the day when you'd flick on SBS when you're about 14 or 15 because you just wanted to see some boobs back when you were a young kid?
Yeah. That after
And there was no internet.
10 p.m, yeah.
Yeah.
On SBS Friday night.
Oh, something better be subtitled here.
Kieran, is the footy finished? Nope, still going.
Still going.
Okay.
Yeah, next
Go
dad.
to bed soon.
That was my classic go-to with when my parents would be like, right, next dad, and if I was watching something on ABC, like Glass House or something like that, right, go to bed, next ad. ABC, it never had ads.
Yeah.
So during the show, you'd get your 40-minute program, and then at the end of it, you'd get ads. So, right, next ad, you're in bed. Yeah, righto. No worries.
Idiot. No, if you've said that during the SBS thing, because they do have ads. Next ad, go to bed. I can't stand up. Please leave me alone.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I remember in school, PEPD, we were. Do you know the class where you have to get condoms and chuck them on bananas?
Yeah.
So of course, one of the kids there in my class was being extra naughty, and this time it wasn't me. And the teacher said, "Right, stand up, come up the front." No, miss.
Put him on show.
No, miss. I
can't.
can't. And the teacher said to him a few times, and he's like, "No, I can't.
I know what this
I can't." And then it clicked for her, and she was like, "Right, well, just stop it."
Stay right there.
Yeah, it was so awkward. Every bloke, like every guy in the class, knew exactly what was going on. Yeah, and like the girls were like, "Just do as you're told. You're ruining the lesson. Yeah. I'm trying to learn how to be a slut."
You girls don't want me to stand up because you're going to get a bigger lesson than you ever anticipated. Side note about Rage. I used to tape Rage.
You used to tape everything.
Back in my days when I would run dual VHSs when I was like 10.
Yeah.
And so I'd tape Rage that you get 8-hour tapes.
Yep.
And then I'd watch it or fast forward through it. And the songs that I wanted, I would play them and then record on the other one. And then I'd have this VHS mixtape.
Far out.
Just something I did.
You were like the original Napster.
Yeah, a little bit.
Literally sleeping while it's doing it.
I remember being 10, and then probably maybe 2 years later they had Napster. Did you ever have Kizza or LimeWire?
LimeWire.
Yeah,
LimeWire was the go-to.
The computer was so infected with.
Oh, it was horrific. Every 6 months, it just would crash. You'd have to go buy a new computer.
Tell if your parents wanted to use it to get on there, it's like, no, you just got to go this way, go around the pop-ups, and then minimize them. And it's like a whole thing just to go play solitaire.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Or like gone are the days, I'm sure, well, I don't know, but like our kids, it's not going to be how we were with our parents, where back in the day, if our parents went to use the computer, you could just like delete history and they'd have no idea. Where I would straight away know if someone had deleted my history, because I'd go, hang on,
where's the history?
I type in G and Google isn't coming up.
Yeah.
Or Gmail isn't. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like, hang on, something untoward has been going on here.
Yeah, the other play would be just to leave it and you wouldn't look, and then just get websites to push it down.
Yes.
Because as soon as you delete history and it's blank, it's like, that's what's going on.
Yes.
I know. Everyone knows.
Hello. Yeah. But back in the day, before, like I remember my parents were worried about the Y2K bug. And it was, it's a bloody bug.
Yeah.
It's a bloody bug in the system. So my brother, he goes onto the computer and he puts the date forward.
Oh, it freaks the shit.
Just to test it. He goes, no, nothing happened.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's genius.
Yeah, it is quite smart.
Like, why not just push the date forward and see?
Everyone on the news, all the talking heads were like, it's going to corrupt the system. We're all shutting down.
Yeah.
And your brother's just back in Gloucester. I've already done it. It's fine.
It was such a scam. It was absolutely such a scam. Kizza, we mentioned there some scams.
Mm-hmm.
And on the weekend, I was sitting doing some editing for our wildly successful podcast and
sweeping the nation
and YouTube series. And I had a bit of a knock on the door. Mm-hmm. And I swung around because
you locked Jess out again, did you?
I had. I'd locked her in the car actually, and I said, "You think about what you've done." And the kids and I were up eating rice crackers and Vegemite.
It was raining, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was yelling, "Let me out, you bastards! I'm hungry." I said, "No, you think about it."
Sorry, keep going.
No, anyway, I heard a bit of a knock on the door, and I spun around, and it was a guy from the Cancer Council, which. Cool. Obviously, he wants some money. So I was thinking, yeah, cool. No worries. I'll give him.
I do my monthly donation.
Yeah, 50, 60 cents. That's plenty. But anyway, I spun around and he said, "Oh, it's Saturday, mate. You're working, are you?" I said, "No, mate. What can I help you with?" Like,
stop trying to butter me up and get into my realm.
Let's just cut to the chase, And he continued on. He's like, "Oh, mate, I'm." Jonathan from the Cancer Council, and what I'm here to do is I'm actually been meeting your neighbours. Do you know your neighbours, mate? And I said...
Yeah, listen to podcast 6 without a domestic.
No, I said to him, mate, I can't stand them, to be honest. I said, Bogans on this side and Maniac's on that side. I said, mate, what can I help you with? What are you after? Yeah, so, mate, you seem like a nice guy, if I could say that. Could I say that? And I just started to glaze over.
See, for people listening, Kev's been in business all his life, except that electrical apprenticeship you did for 6 months. But he's been in business all his life, so this guy's used...
4 years that was, mate.
Oh, sorry. Was it 4? Oh, yeah. Can you do some lights for me? Anyway, off topic.
We'll talk about that.
So Kev's been in business all his life, and this guy's got the Business 101 book of open-ended questions, and he's throwing at you.
It was so cringy, and I said to Jess, these sales managers just need to stop writing the script for these poor young kids to follow, thinking they're killing it. In the end, I didn't give him any money.
Yeah.
And I said to Jess, if he just would have walked up the stairs and said, "Oh, g'day, mate. Sorry, I can see you working there. I'll be really quick. I'm Jonathan with the Cancer Council.
$30 a month.
Just wondering if you wanted to make a donation today. We can either set you up with a bit of a direct deposit, or if I'm happy to take some cash." I would have given him $20.
Yeah.
No, $20 is nothing to me, mate.
But he's going off a script, so he's like, "Hi, how are you today?"
Yeah, incredibly.
And then you've gone, "No, I'm awful." That's good. Oh, shit.
Yeah. It was like dealing with Dwight from The Office.
Yeah, The Office. Yeah.
It was so bad, man. Honestly, it made... He left. "Oh, all right, mate. See you later. Thanks for your time." He left, and I just thought, you've really annoyed me, mate. You've ruined my Saturday. And then the Sunday... So I thought, right, there's a scam. Go away. Yeah. I don't want you on my front doorstep. I wanted to get the dog up and skitch her onto him.
Skitch.
But no, I thought, all right, okay, there's a scam. So on the Sunday, we said, all right, let's go and we'll take Lola, because she's nearly 2 now. And she loves animals. She loses her mind. Like, she'll see a duck, and apparently no one knows that it's a duck. So you've got to go, "Duck!"
Announce its arrival.
Announce it. You've got to tell everyone. And then, of course, I don't know what a duck does. So you've got to get your hand and go, "Quack, quack, 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 quack." So that's what she does when she sees a duck, which is very cute. If it was anyone else's kid, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm hungover. Shut your kid up." But so we thought we'd take it up to like one of those petting zoos. And, Jess jumps on the old interweb, and she's Googling away, and she said, "Oh, I found one. The kids under 2 get in free." I thought, "Oh, that's awesome." I said, "How much is the ticket? Like, for us, like, how much for us to get in?" She goes, "Oh, it's only $40 each."
Holy shit.
I said, "So the kid isn't free?" I said, "Because my tickets should be $15.
Yeah.
It's like, am I paying $25 for a 20-month-old?
They're absorbing the free child into yours.
Oh, mate, it's unbelievable. And I instantly thought, "Oh, great, it's back to Country Road. Buy one, get one, double price." Yeah. And the girl goes, "Oh, fantastic."
You're blowing up at the $40 ticket, and just, "No, wait, I've got to spend and save." Oh, for fuck's sake.
I've got a voucher, I'm sure of it. And I'm just like, this is an absolute rort. And then Sunday night, I know I'm ranting because I just need to get this off my chest.
No, I'll just sit back and you just go.
I'll take it from here, mate. Right, strap in, everyone. Sunday night, I see on Facebook, I saw two people in a row, these younger girls, younger women, and they're saying, "I've joined this most amazing company. You guys should order this makeup from me." And I'm like, right, okay, so there's a pyramid scheme. This is fantastic. You could be like me. Sign up with me and you can be my team, blah, blah. And I thought, right, is this like Tupperware 2019?
It's not a pyramid scheme. It's just that I get referrals and then you get referrals and we all fan out like a...
So like a pyramid, yeah? Yeah, exactly. No, because the money, like if there's all these people at the bottom and they send their referrals up to the one person at the top.
And it makes like a point.
Yeah, it's just...
Like
it's teamwork. Makes the dream work. And I thought, this is out of control. And I thought, I have to talk to you about this because it's like Nutrimetics rebranded. It's 2019 Tupperware all over again. But they're just hounding these people to order this shitty subpar makeup that I'm sure it is. Not that I'd know.
So to end the story, how is Avon going and how's your first week?
Very well, actually. I've signed up.
You signed up.
I've got 3 team members now. I'm raking it in.
The in-laws are in and my sister and brother-in-law, they're all in.
Yep.
And I'm on top of that pyramid.
Yeah, I've done one order. Everyone's sweet for 18 months now. So I'm not sure what else I can do. Kizza, last week we spoke about the sneaker trend that I think,
the world.
Yeah, the world is really embracing that we've got no idea about. And being the professional show that we are, we thought we'd get an expert on. And you've got a dear friend of yours that's kind of all, would you say knee deep in it?
Yeah, massively.
Yeah, okay. So he's knee deep in it.
Him and a few other culprits have walked right into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, from what you've said, he's been known to drop a few little piggy banks on his hobby, which is cool.
Yeah.
Like we like that. And so I thought if we could introduce our little expert as such, who kind of goes against the grain of even the name of the show of No Qualifications.
Yeah, he's qualified. Yeah.
Yeah, he's slightly qualified. So we thought we'd bring in someone. He's fresh from an Indonesian island, as some people know as Bali.
Yeah.
And some say that he's actually still got the residue of calluses on his index finger from power swiping his way around the Indonesian islands off Tinder. It's only our certified sneakerhead. It's Mousy. Mousy, welcome to the show, mate. You there?
Yeah, hey guys, yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
I'm hardly an expert, but yeah.
No, mate. Kizza's
almost there. More expert than Kieran, that's for sure.
Mate, Kizza barely actually even wears shoes.
I wear thongs everywhere.
Yeah, you've got a terrible arch, Kizza, and it's from not wearing shoes. I mean, we will talk about that one day.
No, so we thought we'd get you on, Mouse. Just how are you, by the way? I haven't spoken to you in a little while.
Yeah, very well, thanks, mate. Yep, no complaints here.
Yep.
Oh god, why don't you guys kiss?
Where are we? Where are you coming from?
Yeah, where are you from, mate? Tell us,
are you in,
so our listeners know how wide-reaching this podcast is.
Are you in WA or something?
I'm in. Oh, I don't know. I'm in pretty close to Newman in Western Australia, in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
So
yeah,
see our podcast reaches far
and
and wide.
What are you doing out there, mate?
Mining, iron
ore.
ore.
Right, so ruining our country, digging up the resource and spending it on sneakers.
Exactly.
Selling it to the Chinese, and selling our wine to the Chinese, and they'll sell you back some shoes. I see what's going on.
That's exactly what's happening.
That's brilliant.
Thank you, Chinese billionaires.
Well, mate, obviously the first question, it has to be, would you call it an obsession? And if so, what got you there? What got you into sneakers?
What got me there? Yeah, it's definitely a bit of an obsession, I suppose. What got me there? A mate was wearing some pretty out there shoes one day.
Yep.
They were some Nikes, and I wasn't sure what they were. He said to me, "Mate, try them on. They're the best you'll ever do." Tried them on, and I never looked back.
Really?
And then I was in Japan, which has a very good sneaker culture.
Okay, yep.
Lots of shoe shopping out there, and floor-to-ceiling shops with just shoes.
Wow.
And that was where I made my first purchases.
Did you? What did you go with for your first purchase?
My first purchase was a pair of LeBron 12s.
Oh, okay. Even I know that.
Yeah.
Even I know that. Yeah, no. Good choice, mate.
I'll tell you, for a man with a size 12 foot, so an average man, it is very difficult to get shoes
average,
in Japan.
bit above average, I'd say, mate. Please give us a break.
Well, you can't get shoes in a size 12, or it's very difficult
in
Japan. So
were they like, oh, Godzilla?
Yes.
So
That's exactly what they were like.
Started with LeBron's, got a little taste, a little.
Well, tell us this.
Toe in.
Tell us this, Mousy. If I wanted to dip my toe, pun intended, into the water of sneakers, where would I start, mate? Where would you recommend a newbie to give me some street cred, but I'm not going to drop bulk dough?
Well, there's your first mistake.
Oh, okay. Do I have to drop bulk dough?
You're not getting street cred if you're not dropping bulk dough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, Kev.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like the honesty.
There's some good online websites where you can go and browse. You're paying more than what you would in a shop, I guess, resale values, because people buy limited shoes and sell them for a lot more than what they're worth because they're so limited.
Yep.
So
what sort of dough are we talking?
I've just spent about $300 on a pair.
Yep. He's probably talking 300 US to cover this.
That's just what I like. You can spend thousands. It just depends if you're into the really hyped up stuff.
Yep.
Like some of my friends are.
So if we run it back a bit, so all week in our group chat, we've got Mouse, we've got another guy, or two other guys and myself, and I kind of sit on the sideline and they all discuss
You're
sneakers.
just wearing Adidas slides, hey?
Yeah. Got my Crocs on. And
your Post Malone Crocs.
Peasant.
And all week, maybe a couple of weeks ago, the talk, or just the group chat's going nuts about raffles. Am I right, Mouse? That's what. So there's raffles.
Yeah, the Travis Scott's.
Yeah, so Travis Scott did a collab with Nike. Yeah, that was it. That was what it was.
That's correct. Yeah.
In Jordan 1s. And I'm just like, it was booming, and they're all like, "Have you logged on? They've just been released. You can go into the raffle." I'm like sitting there, what the fuck are these morons on about?
You can't buy them. You have to literally own a raffle and then say, now you have the opportunity to buy them.
Yes. So you go in a raffle, you don't win them, then you get the opportunity to buy them.
Right.
There is some sites in America where you can buy them, but it's mostly overtaken by people who get what they call bots. And they program a bot to buy the sneakers for them.
Yep.
So, and you pretty much got no chance of buying them because bots get them all the time.
Yeah, okay. So what's a set of Jordan 1s Travis Scott edition if you get the chance to buy them? What are we talking they're going to set us back?
If you buy them for retail, they're like $260.
See, that's all right.
US, is it?
Yeah, very reasonable.
Yeah.
But you just got pretty much slim to no chance of getting them.
Pretty reasonable for us high rollers, Mousy. Pretty reasonable, I'd say.
Resale is about $1,200
US?
if you're really balling.
Wow.
So okay, that gets my mind ticking. Does anyone do it as an investment, buy and then just sell, buy, sell, buy, sell?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Heaps.
But that's in your eyes.
Piss
I've heard
weak people do it.
Yeah. So in the sneaker world, that's seen as a bit
cowardice.
Unfair,
They're grubs.
Yeah, right.
So, Mousy, if is there a brand that, because I know obviously sneakerheads, it's not all about Jordans and all that sort of stuff, I assume, and Nikes, I assume.
No.
Is there a brand, like say we're at a barbecue, right, and you go, you see my little head bobbing along, and you go, oh fuck, there's Kev. He's turned up to the barbecue, and I'm just rocking a set of.
What the fuck's he doing?
I'm just rocking. No one's invited him. In fact, we actually changed locations. He's found us, and I'm rocking a set of like nice new Yeezys or something. Am I just going to get roasted for some Yeezys?
Yeezys would be alright, wouldn't they?
Yeah, Yeezys are good.
Yeah,
a lot of people like it.
Okay.
No, you can sit with us.
I actually gave Kizza my pair of Yeezys.
Yeah,
because
he started my
look
collection
shit on me, and they look good on him.
Really?
So.
See, this is a thing. Mouse is quite tall. What are you, 6'3", 6'4", or something?
6'3".
6'3", and
hang on, ladies. He's 6'3" with a size 12 foot. Jesus, he's in the middle of nowhere, destroying our country.
Single, disposable income.
I'll tell you what. If we can't find you a wife out of our Instagram followers, Mousy, we're doing something wrong.
I think I've been doing something wrong for the last 30 years.
Right, well, maybe we can have a talk about that one day.
Well, so, and also too, you're a Jordan 1 guy, is that the story? Kind of?
Yeah, I've got a fair few different ones, but most of my, I guess, collection is Jordan 1s, yeah.
And then are there people that are Jordan, like you'd say mostly, or say our other mates are maybe just Jordan 1? Is there people that are Jordan 4 and only, or Air Max or something?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. But most guys collect a bit of everything. Like,
yeah, right.
The collections I've seen have mostly a bit of everything.
What's
but they might just preference one more than another, I suppose.
Yeah, okay.
How many pairs we running, mate? Pun intended again.
Not too many, to be honest. Maybe only 20 or something like that. I don't just buy it for the sake of it.
It sounds not like it, mate.
One of our other mates, you can attest to this, Mouse. He's bought. What, in 2 months, he's got about 20 pairs, just like that.
Wow.
Two or 3 months.
Wow.
He's got more than me. Yeah, he's ruthless.
He's got a problem.
And he purchased one pair that was exorbitant. I don't know exactly, but there was a big figure on them.
Really?
And then we went out. Do you remember when we went out for Easter, Mouse? and he sort of like kicked up on a step, and then he's like creasing them, and everyone like Mouse is hyperventilating. Our other mate Fincho's just like, "What are you doing, man?" He's like, "I don't give a fuck." It's like,
Jesus,
holy shit,
mate. Sorry, you dropped this. Oh, sorry, mate. What was it? Couple of grand, was it? Yeah. Oh, thanks. So, Mousey, let me give you a scenario. Remember at school when you'd get a new set of shoes or kicks? Kizza, we call them kicks these days, actually. So Mousy knows that. I don't have to tell him that. But we'd get a new set of kicks, right? And we'd turn up to school, and you'd always get that little nerd who'd come over and try and stand on the toes to christen them.
Oh yeah.
How quickly would you murder someone if they did that to your fresh as set of whatever?
So if you walked into the beery with some fresh Travis Scotts, not that you probably might not, and then someone did that,
I'd probably dig a big hole.
Yep.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Give them a firm push in.
Look for some iron ore while you're at it.
Yeah, definitely. Find some gold so I can purchase some more shoes.
It's just a cycle. Yeah, I've found that it's not like the old school ways where someone had new shoes, you'd rough them up. If you did this to a sneakerhead, they'd punch you square in the throat.
It'd be the equivalent, I think, of someone running a key down the side of my car.
Yeah, if you got something nice and you pull up.
They'd quickly find the breath leave their body.
Yeah.
Mate, now obviously we've chatted for a little bit, and by the sounds of it, you know, you like your sneakers. You're not really impeded too much on the old budgetary sort of requirements. Is there a pair of shoes, kicks, Kizza, that you've got your eye on, but you haven't been able to get?
I haven't pulled the trigger on yet. Yes, there is.
Is there? What is that? Talk us through it.
So Jordan 1s, obviously.
Obviously, hello.
Duh.
What else would we have?
UNC colorway.
I even know this is this blue and white ones?
That's correct. Yep.
So he's college colours.
Okay.
But it's Off-White collaboration.
Oh yeah, the old Off-White. Yep.
Shut up, Kevin. You don't know what he's talking about.
I do know what he's talking about because one of my favourite comedians, Brendan Schaub, loves his sneakers, and for his last Showtime, it was for his Showtime special that's just come out, guys. Go to Showtime. Use the code Schaub, get a 30-day free trial.
Shut up.
He got a custom-made set of, I'm pretty sure they're Jordan 1s actually.
Yeah, right.
Off-White with his kid's name on the side, Tiger on the side, and then I think Showtime on the other side. So they're full custom Off-Whites. So mate,
be rich.
How dare you tell me I don't know about this sneaker game when I'm very hip and with it.
So Jordan, UNC, Off-White, whatever. So obviously you can't get them through a raffle because they're old, are they?
Already released.
I
entered that raffle a long time ago and lost that one.
What kind of, is there a ballpark we know for that shoe?
I can get them for like maybe $1,600.
That's nothing, mate. That's nothing. Chump change.
Treat yourself, mate.
That's why I've been.
You deserve it, mate.
Oh, thanks.
You deserve it.
Maybe I'll buy them right now.
They're in the cart as we speak.
I think you should, mate. I think you deserve it. You've had a tough holiday over in Indonesia. You know, I don't know. How did you go over there, mate? Just quietly.
It's good. There's no fake shoes to buy, which was good.
That's good.
Some fake Yeezys, actually. I had a bit of a laugh.
Was there some fake women?
Not
very. There was some fake women that I was very unsure about. Yeah. Made me very nervous.
What do you do? Look underneath for the tags or something?
Yeah, right.
Oh, no, good stuff, legend. Kids, do you have any more questions? I feel like I actually want to go and buy a fresh. My birthday's coming up. I think I might get a set of. We might talk, Mousy, and you can advise me on a fresh set of kicks to get for my first purchase.
See, they've got me keen, but the ones I've like fallen towards is the Nike Fear of God collaboration and the Off-White Blazers.
You've got him going.
See, look,
good call.
But
good call on the Off-White Blazers.
How much that? See, I've come in late and I've gone real expensive, haven't I? That's like $1,200, isn't it?
But sometimes just roll up with a smoke machine and like 2 chicks under your arms.
Fake, and
that's the equivalent of what you're talking.
Yeah. But I need lower high tops versus mid. Like, is that a no-no to get mid-size like high tops?
Oh. I wouldn't get a mid.
Yeah. See, I'm stockier. He's 6'3" with beautiful legs.
You're your own man.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that because, kids, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm 6 foot.
Yeah.
Claiming it.
And I'm 5'11". Damn it.
And I'm, a little broader in the shoulders and whatnot.
Swole.
And it's a little bit awkward if I'm going to start running around in skinny jeans and high tops and
that's the
things like that. Where Mousy can pull that off.
He pulls that off beautifully. Yeah. He throws jeans and that, and he looks great.
Yeah.
Where like if
he'd look good in a bed sheet.
He would. But you see other guys do it, and they just don't pull it off. They kind of look like they're, I don't know, they're just out of place a bit.
See, I'm more of throw me like a nice pair of rugged old brown boots. I'll just slip those bad boys on. I'm happy with that. But
just draw a tick on them.
maybe it's something I need to work on within myself.
See, going back to those Travis Scotts that we were just talking about. Am I right in saying, Mouse, the tick on them is backwards, so it's like even more limited?
That's correct.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
So they do little things like that, do they, every now and then, that make it even more special?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
right. Well,
I'm all schooled up, Mousy, and you've been a great sport, mate. So we must say thanks for joining us.
No worries. Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
We'll get you out there and get your wife too.
Yeah, we'll get your wife, and I'm going to get myself a new set of Jordans.
We don't want to tie him down. We don't want to give him a wife. We just
because as soon as that happens, that shoe collection.
Yeah, see,
shoe collection's gone.
Yeah.
See, we've got to explain too. Mouse is a little bit partial to some habits, as in not drugs, right? When I said habits, it sounded really bad.
Yeah.
But loves his snowboarding.
Yep.
Loves his car and loves his sneakers.
Well, Mousy, take it from a man who used to race cars. And is now 2 children in the hole.
2 children deep, yeah.
2 children deep.
No race car.
I don't actually have a race car anymore. And that's fine. We're happy about that, Mouse. It was a good decision.
That we both made.
We both made that decision.
I can hear the pain in your voice.
They'll bury Mouse in his Rex. It's like this bloke, he's like, no wonder he's not fussed at Christmas time. Christmas comes every 3 weeks for this guy. He's online shopping out there.
Yeah.
He gets home and there's 1,000 parcels. It's unbelievable.
Good on him. Our nation's built on that man's back. Thank you, Mousy. You've been a legend. We'll talk to you soon.
No worries. Thanks,
Catch you, buddy.
See you, buddy. Thank you.
Bye.
There you go, Kizza. What an absolute champion.
He's a good egg.
I feel so schooled up on Nikes and Jordans. I'm so pumped to get it set for my birthday.
It definitely does that, man. Like when they've talked about it and then I go and have a little look, or you go on YouTube and there's like a few good videos. It definitely gets you keen.
Yeah.
But I have a mortgage and I don't have that. Well, so does he, but he earns a lot more than I.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's just, there can be, not expensive, but to keep up and get a few that you like, it's like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I guess there's a lot to think about, isn't there?
Yeah.
Kizzasaurus?
What? Busy.
All right, okay. I'll just talk. I'll
come
talk
back
to our listeners.
Listeners?
You can go and get effed. Right, listeners, next segment. We threw out there with some Instagram questions. Kizza, take your headphones off. I'm not talking to you anymore.
In the corner.
No, Kizza, we threw out some Instagram questions day before yesterday because we had a bit of a chat. We wanted to get people a little bit more involved and kind of, get a bit of a feel for who's listening and all this sort of stuff. So we threw some questions out and we thought we would go through them now because some of the answers were actually pretty funny.
Yeah, some were rife with profanity.
Yeah, you bunch of grubs. Just tone it down, would you? Yeah, no, it was very good. We, I had a bit of a giggle with some of them, and I thought we could go through and have a bit of a chat. Kizza, I want to see if you actually agree with these maniacs who are tuning in and listening to us.
Yeah, I'm just having a look now, and I'm blushing a bit with some language, but yeah, some of the yes/no answers, Last night when I answered one of them, I was like, yeah, 100% that side. Now I'm like, now I read it and it's like, oh, the first one you've got there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if I could do it.
As you know, with me, I'm pretty consistent in the way that I sort of run my flag up the flagpole, and I'm like, right, that's my opinion. So I haven't wavered too far from my initial thing. But let's go through. And the first question we threw up was, would you accept a $10,000 a week job, but you have to sit in a dark, pitch black room for 8 hours a day?
Yeah, see, that's the one I was talking about. I was 100% yes. And our listeners so what do we get? Did we get 50 people on that one?
There was a lot, there was up there 50 odd.
So we've got 77% yes and 23 obviously no. I was in the yes. But now you think about it, it would play with your mind. It would fuck you up.
Well, this is
sitting in pitch black all day.
This is what I thought, right? It doesn't say anything about a contract. It doesn't say how long I have to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to just try and maybe get a month. I'll do 4 weeks, I'll get 40K.
Yeah, just like, yeah, true.
And I'm going to spend that time meditating. I'm going to come up with some amazing business plans.
My abs are going to be ripped.
I'm going to be so shredded.
Prison style, like.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a really good thing on the internet about, I just want to get arrested so I can get fit. Go to prison so I can get fit.
The other thing is they pump a heap of carbs into you.
Oh yeah, like, right, yeah, okay.
Because they're trying to, like, rice and beans. They're just trying to fill you out. But I guess, yeah, you could go and meet up with a few brothers and pump some iron in the yard.
Join a gang. Yeah, affiliate myself.
Yeah, I would. What gang would you join?
Going off prison movies, probably the essays.
Yeah. See, I'd
Don't you know I'm loco?
Don't you know I'm loco? I'd probably try and join the brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say, look, I'm. Who's that new guy who's just done a rap with Eminem and he's pretty much white?
Not no, they're fighting Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh no, not that. Not that fool. Not that cracker.
I don't know. I was kind of out on Eminem a few years ago. So.
Oh really?
Sorry.
Jeez. Okay.
Sorry, I've really upset you there.
Next question.
No, I would probably one of those two. Notice how neither of us even contemplated the white guys.
No, I'd be a turncoat in an instant.
They're always like, I won't say that.
What's that, guys? These whiteys. Ooh, these racists. I'm with you guys. Let's get them.
No, I'd start my own and get in with the guards. That's where it's at. You got to get in with the guards.
Yeah, I guess maybe you could have a romantic relationship with one of the attractive.
No, it's prison rules. Anything goes. So
yeah, that's true. Get him.
Back to the question.
Question 2. Now, this one had a pretty good response, but we sort of cut it down a little bit. You get to breed a hybrid animal, so you get to make an animal out of 2 animals. What do you choose and why? Now, a certain gentleman called Mick_Lee, he's come up with a hippo and a cat.
Very simple reason too, and I quite agree. He said always wanted to own a hippo as a pet. Fair call. Cannot disagree. And cats are awesome. Yeah. Also agree.
But think about it, because are you going to get, say, a hippo with cat's claws and cat's teeth?
I think you get the hippo body and that, but you get the cat sassiness and just fuck everything up really.
What about if you got a random sort of throwback and you got a hippo like a cat-sized hippo?
Oh, that'd be cute.
That would be cute, wouldn't it?
Maybe that's where he was going with it. Yeah.
And it just it has its own little kitty litter tray and just cruises around the house, ruins the front mat, clawing it, chases kayakers down the streams.
And then we've got Gnomes here, and she said platypus and a meerkat.
I know, the 2 cutest animals. That's classic Gnomes.
Classic Gnome.
What would be her thinking? For those listening, Gnomes is Kizza's life partner and best friend. What would be her reasoning behind a meerkat and platypus?
Because every time the compare the meerkats come on telly, we both go, oh.
Yeah, okay. But then what about a platypus?
I don't know where she's going with the platypus.
It's Australian.
Yeah, represent.
Support the Aussies.
Yeah.
What would you do? What animals would you hybrid?
I'd get the 2 biggest and best and merge them, so I'm fucking king of the jungle.
Well, do you know what I'd do? Just to really mess with the system, I'd merge a cat and a dog.
Cat, no. You ever watch that?
I sure did. It was one of my favourites. But I reckon that they wouldn't get along.
Yeah, the inner demons.
It'd be the literal internal struggle for the cat versus the dog.
Yeah. And then you got, what did you put next? You got, what would you rather be for 24 hours? That's, yeah. I think
invisible
I went
or able to fly.
Yeah, I went fly. Anytime someone says invisible,
creep.
They're
creep.
like, or they're super insecure.
Yeah.
And it's not like, because I would do this with it. It's like, I would go into a room and hear what people are saying about me.
Yeah,
Jesus, you've got 24 hours.
It's not like, I'm going to be invisible because I just want to really go around and raise a lot of money for some charities.
Yeah.
And I don't want anyone to know that it was me.
Rob from the rich and then take it off and like, where'd it go? And then give it to the poor.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to go to the White House and hear like all these secrets. And it's like, that'd be cool.
That's right.
But I want to hear what people are saying about me.
Yeah, no.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I think so. So let's have a look. So invisible. So nearly half of our audience are creeps.
We've
ruled out those.
I forgot that people voted on this. Thanks, listeners. Invisible's a great choice.
You've got to fly. You've got to fly. It's not even a question.
Flying's fun.
Well, I guess it would be.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
You know, all those times I've been in an aeroplane, it's pretty fun. Except for the landings, I don't like landings.
You don't have to go through customs, you know.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I guess being invisible, you just walk through customs.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they've got us there, actually, haven't they?
Well played.
Yeah. Next question was, would you rather know how to speak any language or play any instrument? Now, the results were 69% of people said that they'd rather speak any language, which I wasn't in that. I'd rather play an instrument.
I speak the language of music.
Well, I speak the language of love, Kizza, and I'll tell you why. Because the most times when you say, I want to speak a new language, you say, what language do you want to speak? They say, I want to speak Spanish or French or something like that. And French is the language of like, it's the sexy language. But it's like, well, but imagine if you could just, say you go out for dinner, right? And you're at a nice restaurant and the gentleman's over there in the corner playing a piano. Mm-hmm. And you might see a nice, attractive young woman and you send her a drink and you say, that's from me. Mm-hmm. And then you just walk over and play piano.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you just...
Hook, line, and
sinker. And then Ron Burgundy's about to play and you take the flute off him and you play that. And then you just play a little bit of flamenco guitar. Meanwhile, she's saying, hey, maybe we should get out of here.
That's a fair call.
So you don't need to speak any language for that.
No, you're very, very true. But yeah, that's kind of lopsided to language, that one.
Yeah.
Who wins in a fight, a rhino or a hippo? I went hippo because I heard hippos are the best.
Me too. And I thought about this probably a lot more than a man with 2 children should. Because I went hippo as well. So 31% of people said rhino, 69% of people said hippo. Yeah. And I said hippo as well because I think the rhino's got the horn and they're big and they've got a lot of armour. A hippo's much bigger than a rhino. Mm-hmm. And they've got teeth that are so big.
Yeah, this is what I've heard.
Yeah.
In the jungle, word on the street is, all the boys are saying.
Yeah, what are the boys saying?
Don't fuck with a hippo.
No.
Yeah, he'll flog someone. I've seen him.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Is it the teeth? Oh, yeah. Isn't the pressure from their teeth?
Well, they've got an enormous bite pressure.
Yeah, that's it.
They're super aggressive. They're actually really fast.
Are they?
Yeah, they're incredibly fast. There's some footage on YouTube of them chasing boats and they're coming out of the water. It is unbelievable. Yeah, they're not just some mumbling, dawdling, bumbling big mess of blob at the bottom of a river. They're pretty impressive animals. So anyway, the audience are obviously pretty schooled up on that. What's the next question, Kizza?
We have you have to be haunted by ghosts for the rest of your life. Who do you choose?
Okay.
We've got Alex Mills said Whitney Houston. The duets would be amazing. That's pretty good.
That's true. Yeah, that's good.
What have we got? Step Brothers Pod. Miles Davis for whatever reason.
The old that was a jazz. Was it like a trumpeter or
it was singer and
something like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Trumpet. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I get that.
Kev.
Well, yes, I know. Yeah, I know. I've got a few thoughts on this, and I'll start with who I wouldn't want to come and haunt me, and it's Michael Jackson.
Oh shit,
man! I've got children here. Yeah. I can't have him moonwalking through the lounge room, grabbing crutches as he goes. I can't have that in my house. That's not going to fly. That's not going to fly at all. But maybe who would I have to haunt me? Maybe, do you know what I actually reckon? Someone like Prince, who is so talented, and just be like, man, I'm really tired. Can you just play me a song?
Oh, please.
Yeah, that'd be.
Yeah, Prince would be all right.
Or maybe like like the world's best masseuse.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, oh, just a neck, back and shoulders for 30 minutes, please, mate.
You don't have to duck up to the Westfield and get the little Asian.
That's right, exactly. Racist?
I mean, whatever.
That's right.
That's good.
And Kizza, the last one was, and I'm not sure if, we didn't have too many people answer this one, but I thought I'd ask you, because you're into your reality TV and all that sort of jazz.
I would just bring back Big Brother. I wouldn't create a new one. I was obsessed with that show.
Well, yeah, that was a question. You get to create any new reality TV show, what would it be? So you just bring your sort of own spin back on Big Brother.
Well, it wouldn't be a contest show, that's for sure, because I'm sick to death of them. No idols, no voices. Yeah.
That rules me out.
What was yours?
Well, I'll tell you. Picture this, right?
Yeah.
I've thought about this. Okay. So it would be like, remember The Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah.
Like with their series, what was it, The Contender or something?
No, it literally was the Ultimate.
Was the Ultimate
the
Fighter?
UFC, yeah.
Okay,
the Ultimate Fighter.
So it'd be like that, right? But what it is they're fighting animals. Okay,
right.
And it's basically
to the death or something.
To the death, and they're bringing basically gladiators back. But
so you see that? Oh, remember that show with Mike Whitney when I was
right.
a kid?
Yeah, Gladiator. Are you ready? No. Yeah, so basically they're fighting like bears, lions, tigers, panthers, like all the apex predators.
Yeah.
But animals, they don't have swords or guns or anything like that. So these guys, they don't get swords or guns. You fight with just what you bring.
Bare hands.
Bare knuckle boxing. Now, basically, they're not going to win.
That'd be so cute if a tiger had gloves.
But he couldn't use his best
his claws.
His claws, yeah.
That's true.
So basically, the end of every episode, it's just going to be old mate Tiger sitting there at a nice dining table, napkin tucked into his shirt, his best silverware, and that's the end of the episode. Because a gladiator's never going to win. And do you know what it's called?
What?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh, look at you. You thought about that for a while, didn't you?
I did.
Kevin, can you put Lola to bed? No, I'm thinking.
Kizza, part of the agreement that we have to do each week.
I've signed nothing.
You have.
Oh.
You've done like a verbal contract. No, part of the agreement that we sort of stick to every week is that we're going to deliver a high class product, and we're going to try our very best.
Okay.
Now I feel we've done that.
Oh, one of us has, but yeah, yep, you're right.
No, I think we've done another one. It's number 9. We're number 10 next week.
Double digits.
Stop. Should we have a cake?
Yeah. And for the 11th and 12th.
Yeah. Cake every week.
When do we have to engage lawyers? Like, how big do we have to get?
Maybe a bit bigger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll better go talk to my boss about quitting today.
I would. Yeah, I would. No, I think we've tried our bloody best, and if people don't like it, well, they can just email us.
And keep downloading and give us 5 stars.
Yeah, no. Thanks again, guys. That is it for this week. As Kizza said, jump onto iTunes. If you could subscribe, if you could leave us a 5-star review, would be very, very good. It helps in the back end of things and helps people find us so we can get more listeners and try and do a better job. Kiz, do you have anything that you want to touch on, mate?
No housekeeping from me.
Cool.
You've done a stellar job as always.
Well, thank you, mate.
Again, just everyone do the review and download thing.
I'm so pumped up to go and buy a set of Jordan 1s now.
Me too, a little bit.
I got my birthday coming up. I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to say I think I'm going to walk around for the next few days a bit depressed. Like, try that strategy. And then just to say, what's wrong? Nothing. No, really, what's wrong? Nothing. It doesn't matter. Oh, okay, it doesn't matter. Something's clearly wrong. I don't know. I just really feel like I need a set of Jordan 1s for my birthday. There, I've said it. But it doesn't matter. We've got other responsibilities.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hard thing with Mouse and a few of our other mates is that they get me into these things. I'm far out. I don't want this expense.
Yeah, I know.
But what you're doing is so cool.
I know.
Maybe we could go against Mouse and buy and sell.
Let's take
a
him
little
down.
investment.
Yeah.
Where the grubs are but we won't tell him.
Let's break into his house, steal his shoes and sell them back to him. See you next week, everyone, for number 10. Cheers,
Thanks,
guys. See ya.